Hey everyone and welcome. Today we have got a One Piece card opening. We've got a Kaido deck here. Well, actually we've got two, but we're only going to open one for this video. So only reason why I'm opening just the one for you today is just because once you've seen this one, obviously the other deck's exactly the same, so you've seen that one as well. And that's really stuck in there. Alright, I do have other decks as well, but I'm still waiting on half my pre-order to be ready, which is a bit frustrating. But so you got your 10 Don cards, and you got your Kaido leader. So your Don cards is your energy for the game, and your leader is your main character. And so his effect is activate main once per turn, Don -7, so you got to get rid of your 7 Don from on your field and put it back into your Don deck. You may return the specified Don cards from your field to your Don deck. Trash one of your opponent's life cards. So it's a good way to whittle down your opponent, but this deck is mainly a ramping, well, it is a ramping deck, so you're not going to be using that effect straight away, because you only get, well, first player, when they go first, they only get 1 Don, and then every turn after that you get 2 Don. So it takes a while to get up to 7 Don. You can only have 10 Don out on the field. Now we have Kaido. Is a 9 cost 10k power. So on play, Don -5. You may return the specified number of Don cards from your field to your Don deck. KO one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less. This character gains a rush during this turn. So that's the only other deck that has rush is red. And so they're a very aggressive deck, and that's the color I will be mainly playing myself. So this is a very good card once you get up in Don. And then you got another Kaido, so you get two of the big powerhouse Kaidos. You got King, so you got on play, so once you rest 6 Don to play this card, you then Don -1, so you put that 1 Don into your Don deck and KO one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. And you get 2 of this King as well. And then we have Ulti, which is on play, Don -1, so again, return 1 Don from the field to your Don deck, and then play 1 page 1 card with a 4 cost or less from your hand, which is a good combo, but it's very situational. And you'll see that these cards also have on the side here counter 2000. So when you have a person say this enemy's card here, and they're attacking your leader, which is this Kaido. So if he's attacking my Kaido, you'll use cards from your hand which have counter to try to negate the attack. But the cards that you use for counters will go straight to your discard pile. So she's a 4 cost with 5000 power, and you get 4 of. And then you've got a 5 cost 6k power 1k counter Queen, which is a blocker. So if someone tries to attack you and you've got this card on the field, you can use this card here to block the attack. And then you've got on play Don -1, again returning 1 Don from your field to the Don deck. Draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand. So it's good because this card game doesn't really have many draw cards, I guess, in any deck. So we got Sasaki. He's a 3-cost 4,000 power for a counter of 1,000. And again, on play, Don -1, draw 1 card. And then we got a vanilla card, Sheepshed. We got counter 1,000, cost of 2, and 4,000 power. No effect. That's why he's a vanilla. You get 4 of. And then we got Jack, which is on play, you may trash 1 card from your hand, add 1 card from your Don, and set it as active. And then he's also counter 1,000, cost of 3 Don, and power 4,000. Then we got another vanilla card with no effect. Jin Rummy, which is counter 1,000, cost of 1, and 3,000 power. You get 4 of for her. Then you got Who's Who, which is a really good card. Costs 3 and 3,000 power. No counter for this one. But you got an on-play effect, which is Don -1. 1 Don card from the field goes to your Don deck. And then KO 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 3 or less, which is pretty good. Because most cards in these main decks and the new set are mainly lower costs, so it's really good for that. Then you got a trigger effect. So if you've got this card and you get, if this card's in your life and you get attacked and you take the life, so your card from your life goes to your hand, and then you get to use it, or you don't have to. But this trigger effect says play this card. Then on play, you can use this effect straight away, which is really good. So, but you only get 2 of, which is a shame. And then we got Black Maria, which is a cost of 2 Don, 2,000 power, counter 1,000, and she's a blocker. So if you're getting attacked, if one of your characters is getting attacked, or your leader again is getting attacked, you can block with this card to save a life or a character, and you get 4 of her. Page 1. So this is the card of the effect of ulti here. So as before, it says Don -1. Play 1 page 1 card with a cost of 4 or less. And then this is the page 1. So he's got counter 1,000. You've got a cost of 4, 6,000 power, so vanilla. He's very good. If you pick him up early in the stage, you can place him down, and he's very good for threatening the leaders, because they only have 5,000 power, so I would have to, and when you get attacked, it has to be over the attacking amount. So if he's attacking, so 6,000 to my 5,000 leader, I would have to counter for either use 2 1,000s to make me 7,000s, 7,000, or use a 2,000 counter to get up to 7,000. So then that will negate the attack for me losing a life. And you get 4 of for page 1. Then you got X Drake, another vanilla card, 1,000 counter, 5,000 power, 3 cost, and you get 4 of the X Drake. Now we're coming into the event cards, I say, yep. We're coming into all the event cards now, which is Lead Performer Disaster. 4 cost to play. During your main, you can only use this card. So draw 1 card and then add 1 card from your Don deck and set it as active. So this is good, obviously, for this deck because you got a lot of minus Don cards. So you'll be able to gain at least a couple back. And I forgot to mention, you've got the trigger. So again, if this is in your life and you get attacked and you pick this card up out of your life to your hand, you can either choose to use the trigger effect, so activate this card's main effect. So, which is good. And then we've got Brachio Bomber, which is a 6 cost to play. And again, you can only use this one during your main phase. So KO one of your opponent's characters with a cost 6 or less, and then add 1 Don card from your Don deck and set it as active. So, which is also another good way to gain Don to your board, because you're always most likely going to be discarding Don off your field. Then we got a Blast Breath, which is a 1 cost to play, and this is a counter card. So if you're getting attacked, you can use this card because it's counter. Don -1, so again, you'll have to discard a card from your field to your Don deck. But then your leader or one of your characters out on the field gains 4,000 power during this battle, which is good for stopping high attacks. And you get 4 of, which is really nice. And then this is one of the main, well, pretty much the main card of this deck that you always want to be having out, or especially during your first 2 hands. So it's a 3 cost to play, and it's Onigashima Island. So you can only obviously place this down during your turn. So after your enemy finishes their turn and it becomes yours, you can activate this card's main effect. So you may rest this stage card. So say it always stays out in the field once you've played it. Then once you've rested it to play it, or to activate its effect, if your leader has the anime Kingdom Pirates, which obviously Kaido does, add 1 Don card from your Don deck and rest it. So you will add 1 card from your Don deck to your field and it will be in rest mode. You get 4 of this in the deck, which is highly recommended because you need this card out. Otherwise you can't get your deck ramping. And what you can do as well, just to combo it, so say you have this card out in your field, you've used it, you grab 1 Dawn out in rest mode, and then you can say you've got 3 more active, or whatever, how many active you want. You can rest those. Oh, I got 4 there anyway, but you can rest 3 more to get rid of that one and play another one from your hand if you have another one in your hand, and rest it again, and then you can get another Don from your Don deck and set it in rest mode. So if you got the Don to do it and nothing else to do, you can do that to get yourself ramping a bit more. So that is it for this Kaido deck. I will be obviously doing all my other decks that I have. So the next one I will be doing is the 7 Warlords of the Sea, the blue deck, which has got Crocodile. So this is one of the decks I really wanted to play at the start, but especially in the pre-release event. And then I ended up going the Luffy instead to play for the super pre-release. It's a very attack heavy deck, and you don't really get much counters or blockers with it, so you run out of gas pretty quick. So that's it for today, so stay tuned and get ready for the next deck box opening. Alright, see ya.